Collects Darren Rovell here with maybe one of my favorite interview guests. I've never interviewed him before on camera, but what a great story. Max Seigelman of Seigelman Stables.
Good to be here. A lot of pressure after that intro.
No, I mean, listen, if you see a rise of an apparel brand or any type of brand and you know, it just keeps going, it's hard to maintain virality over time, and you guys have done it for a couple of years now, and so let's quickly tell the story, right? Because you have that logo is a logo that was done by your mom in like 1982?
Exactly, in the 80s, yeah. My mom hand drew this logo for my dad when he opened his own harness racing stable. I had nothing to do with the stable, and then in the pandemic previous, I was doing creative and marketing for some athletes and music artists. I decided to just make some hats and sweatshirts using the two logos he had. Didn't intend to sell it, just made it, gave it out, and it kind of created this whirlwind of where we are 4 years later.
And what happened? What was that moment where, oh my God, I did not give that hat to that guy, and all of a sudden it showed up?
Yeah, there's been a few. There's been a few of those moments, but I think in the beginning it was just the way and the types of people that were attracted to the logo, whether it was inspirational or they thought it was just cool and different.
It goes against all logo rules, right?
Yeah, it's not like perfect.
It's not perfect. It's also like, that's a very hard thing to sew. Like if I was a hat maker, I'd be like, well, good Lord, how many times do I have to pick up the needle?
Yeah, you should have seen the first two factories. We had them run samples. They weren't too happy, and they were asking if they could fix the logo. And I said, no, you can't fix the logo. It has to be done like this. So yeah, but it's been a crazy 4 or so years doing this.
And so what's the philosophy of coming out with Seigelman Stable type stuff? How do you make sure because it almost always sells out, right?
Yeah.
I mean, what's the formula?
I think the biggest piece of it is having the authentic story and storytelling and doing it the right way. I think when I first started this, I had no experience in fashion, and I looked at brands like Supreme and Eric Emanuel more on the streetwear side, which goes back to your collectible side of your life now. Whereas like you have the limited runs, you want to let the people know that know you, if you know, what time, what day you sell. Tell them it's limited. When you drop, you want to sell out in 60 seconds or less. And that's the way that we built this for the first year and a half, 2 years, before we really started to getting into what I would call now, quote unquote, fashion, which is more the contemporary luxury side of fashion outside of just the streetwear piece.
Right, which then comes with scale, which then comes with someone goes to the website and they then can, if they're not first, they can still order
Correct.
something.
Not all the products.
Right.
We still make a lot of limited runs or cooler collaborations. We keep very limited, but some of the stuff we keep on hand now, yeah.
And price point for a hat is around
78.
Okay,
Yeah.
78
The
bucks.
basic hat's $78.
Okay.
Yeah.
And where do you think can you continue to get that price? Is
think
that your
so.
goal to keep it in there?
Yeah, and I think the biggest thing for me is I don't think the biggest thing for us anymore is hats. I think where I get the most excited about now is our ready to wear. I think our collaborations are super exciting, which is why we're here.
It's
at
so
Super Bowl.
simple. This is like Helvetica or whatever it is. Yeah. It's so
Literally.
simple, right?
Yeah, and I think it goes back to the storytelling piece. So I think it's continuing to stick to your story, telling it through your ready-to-wear, your fashion, your hats and your logos, and then also doing it alongside collaborations with professional sports teams and other luxury brands, and that's allowed us the opportunity to not really have to spend any money in marketing yet.
What's your demo? Give me your target. If you look at who's buying, who is it?
Yeah, I think it's between 18 and 35.
Ideal.
That's main for us. I think as you look at some of our
70-30 men to women?
You'd be surprised. We're actually 60-40 women to men.
Wow.
And it's because women are buying stuff for their significant other.
Okay,
and that's actually who you want, because that's who comes back and spends.
Right.
So it's good for us, and as we continue to roll out some of our more female-specific pieces, it's just going to enhance our time around.
What's the next big thing for you?
Well, we're here at Super Bowl with our collab with Don Julio and Popeyes. This is our third Super Bowl in a row with Don Julio. That's super exciting, and to bring in a hometown favorite brand and Popeyes is
how does it manifest itself? Obviously, this is is this a one of one, or can I buy this thing?
This goes on sale on Friday at 1 o'clock on our website, along with this hat.
Okay.
We made this T-shirt that is not for sale, but we gifted some out to some folks.
Is this costing me $500?
$658.
Okay, that's about right. I mean, this is quality material.
This is our barn jacket. So it's a first barn jacket. It's the same silhouette as our coach's jacket, but obviously changing out the collar, which is super exciting for us. And again, the the more ready to wear and pieces that we put out is exciting.
Max Siegelman, congrats on all your
Appreciate
success.
it. Thanks, Darren.